Hey guys, so I'm gonna go over a few things before I get back to Debbie. So when did I lie to my mother and snook up to that church and met with Debbie and Ron like for the first time? It was on March 26, 2023. So um, let's talk about Robert and Debbie and this about Andrew. So I told them that Um, so I told him about I wanted to give him presents, which at that time I didn't give him presents yet until his birthday in 2023 on September 24th. But before that, they said to I told them that I had made criticism videos that got Andrew not talking to me anymore, and since November 12th, 2022, and then as of like April or May in 2023, when I told them that, they said to me, I mean, he still wasn't talking to me until recently, actually. He started talking to me since December 9th, 2024, but around this time, he did not. And when I told them about it, that's when they said to me that, oh yeah, and I apologize to Andrew for it. But when I said to Debbie and Robert about all this, they said to me, okay, well, William, it takes time for him to talk to you again. And those presents, it's not going to get him to talk to you. It takes a while to do that. Like that's what they were doing. And I hated that they were not wrong about that. Because Andrew still didn't talk to me at his birthday. But before his birthday I actually listened to them. So I was not wrong then. Uh No, I was not wrong at all. I was never wrong. But I didn't give Andrew presents. This time I didn't give Andrew presents. I didn't decide to give him presents for making him talk to me again, but rather be sweet and nice. That's what I did. And what annoyed me is that before I go back to this, what annoyed me is that Andrew didn't. He was not thankful to me. Well, maybe he was, but he was saying that our mother ordered the presents. That's why he was not thinking that actually gave some of the presents to him. He's an ungrateful bastard. And he even said that to Sheila. I hate that. But, getting back to what I was talking about. So, let's talk about Robert. That one time I was at when we were I was telling him about conversations about some history and stuff, and he left when he was opening a door for me. He was like, "Come on out." Like when I was just standing there, I didn't know he was letting me out. Like the way he said it, I hate that. But then another time, actually, the day when I was telling him about the presents thing, giving an Andrew presents thing, I said to him that I don't like it that we're. I'm not saying that we're actually our siblings, but I said to him that we're not special siblings because we're not half siblings or twins. And then and then he said to me that, do you share, do you and Andrew do you, fuck, I can't say it. He said, do you and Andrew share the same parents? And I just didn't want to get an answer because I didn't want him to say that we're just siblings, not I didn't want him to just say siblings because siblings born years apart with the same parents are just don't be called are not called like any siblings. I mean not called any type of siblings. So I hardly gave an I tried to give I was struggling to give an answer, but when I took too long, he was saying, "All right, do you both have the same parents?" I fucking hated that he said that, demanding me the question because I didn't answer to him. But when I finally answered to him by saying we have the same parents, and then he said, "Well, then you guys are brothers." And I fucking hated that he's just saying brothers. I fucking hate that. I hate it when he said the way he said that and him saying that at all. He's gonna get what he deserves. So then, oh yeah, and also about Ron. I fucking hate him because he's such a white. That he's saying that, and look, I'm white too, okay? So I can say whatever about white people. And so when Ron, we were talking about suicide, I was talking about suicide, thinking if I would ever commit suicide, what's it, I'm not gonna actually do that. But and I even said that to him. But when I said to him that that I think it would commit suicide, see if I can go to heaven, see if I can go to heaven with suicide after suicide, and then he said, you have to have a relationship with God, and see if you have accept Jesus as your savior, and you only die if it's God's will, not from suicide. Die by God's will, something like that. And then at another time when I said it, like, you said that I would go to hell if I commit suicide at all. And he said, no, I didn't say that. I'm saying that if you have, like, a relationship with God, yada, yada, yada. I fucking hate that. I fucking hate it when he said, oh, no, I didn't say that. Like, that's a white person, okay? That's what a white person says. And so, and also when I was telling him about Jesus, when, sorry, Jesus, I didn't mean to say it like that to you. I wasn't saying that to you, Jim. Anyway, when I say I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought that was funny. Jesus. Alright. Just let me get this laugh out. Okay, so when I was talking to Ron about Jesus, like, magic. Alright, you guys, I'm back. So I thought that I would stop laughing without pausing, but I had to pause. So, telling Ron about Jesus with magic, and I mean, I was saying to him that when Jesus came down, when Jesus showed up like on Earth as a spirit for like 40 days until he went to heaven, I said to him that like that is magic, like he used magic, like I said if magic is real, and or Ron said magic isn't real. I think so, but we were talking about problems like if there is a heaven or not, and he had no idea. But when I said to him that it was magic when Jesus was there for 40 days until he went to heaven, he said it's not magic, it's just a cosmetic thing. Like, I fucking hate it when he said it's not magic. I hate it when he said it's not magic when it looks like it is, when it looks like it was. Now let's get to, I don't know if I have already said this in the first part, but no, actually I said it in the last video. I did say the journal in the last video. But when I was telling Debbie one day on May 21st, 2023, I was telling her, that, about, like, we were, I think I wanted to have a conversation with her because if, like, because I was thinking about, like, going to heaven, like, choosing to go to heaven, and then Debbie said, okay, good, because once you go to heaven, Jesus will, if you're going to heaven, Jesus will stand next to you, and God will tell you what the things of what you did that was good, of what you did that was right, and then he'll send you to the gates of heaven. But if not, like, I mean, well, I think that's the only thing he said, if what gets you to heaven, not to hell, not both. But anyway, so please give me like a time to like just like have a few seconds to like just stutter, because I just don't feel like getting ready to like go through all this, or maybe I could pause. Yeah. So the rest of the conversation at the kitchen, that about the heaven thing, what Debbie was talking about that I just said, that was in the kitchen. The whole conversation was in the kitchen until we got out into the lobby. So, God, this conversation, really, I can't get over it. I will never forget this conversation. So I thought that what Debbie said was that if you do something wrong, and even if you apologize for that, you still do probation in heaven or whatever in heaven, just to go to heaven. Now what she actually meant was the probation and all that regular punishments on Earth. But it turned out she actually meant that when you get punished in afterlife, is hell. If you're not ever repentant. So, So what I said, so I'm trying to think what happened. Now she was talking about like punishments on Earth because I was talking about like I hate like hating punishments, like because I was talking about Miss Archer, I think. Miss Archer, I had like told them that people I hate Miss Archer, like that Missy Archer, Miss Faircloth's um teacher's assistant. Yes, I actually well, I don't think I've ever like if you guys ever seen it because I've been deleting videos about it, but I've actually seen her and Miss Archer was like saying to me like Robert was like saying she wants to see you like and it's like why, and he said just go over there. I don't know, like the way he said that. I fucking hate that with him demanding me like constantly because I wouldn't go there. When I went over there to her, to Miss Archer, she was or Missy. When I went to Missy, she said, "Aren't you the one that knows all the presidents in order?" And I said, "Yes, but aren't you?" But didn't like one time when Miss Faircloth like asked about like who is a president that was who had the news of a cold, or like I had the news of dying from a cold and pneumonia, and I said I don't know, and I didn't know about that, and that's when she was saying not knowing about history. That's what I said to her, and then she said, "No, you know about history." Like, okay, I'm very appreciative about that, but she'd say no, probably it's like a dismissive. I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that. Anyway, get back to what I was talking about. Like telling Debbie about Miss Missy. I said to her that one time, like, I just don't like her because one time, like, they gave me punishment. Her and Miss Faircloth, like, give me silent lunch and tell me to pull tickets and then this is one of the things I'm never gonna forget. When Debbie said to me, well, that's because you did something wrong. I fucking hate that. When she said, that's because I did something wrong. And, same thing with my father, when he said to me, my mother, like, all of that. They said all of that. Like what I said in one of the last videos. Especially Andrew, like saying to me that's because this kid just need to sit down and won't shut up and wouldn't listen. I fucking hate that. That Andrew is a piece of shit. Alright? Someone that you should hate and not trust. And I don't mean to say that, I'm just saying that because I'm upset. Anyway. Let's get this out of the way. I was telling, and like I hate it when she was telling me that tell me that their punishments are there for a reason and that criminals should get punished for a reason. And I said that, and then like this is all getting mixed up. Sorry about this, but not all this was in order of what I'm talking about. Like, so. I said, is God like a judge? And Debbie's like, yeah, he's kind of like a judge. And that's when I thought about her saying about the punishments and, like, before you go to heaven, like, you have to do something like probation, like, and it's something I hate about, like, she's like, and even when I didn't mean to, like, even when I was, like, thinking of her talking about the afterlife, I just still hate it that, she still said it to me, and I still hate it when she said that, there has to be a good reason. Like when you do something wrong, and you have to pay for it. You have to get probation or go to jail. And like, and then I just disagree with it. And then she said, I know that we hate punishments, William, but we have to just so we can learn not to do them again. And then, I fucking hate that when she said that. I hated that. Like, she's saying, I understand that, that we hate punishments, but we have to, just so we... No matter what I said, she still has to be over me. Still has to be superior. And so, and then, also, when she had, like, everybody helping her cut stuff and, like, cooking, like, while she was still talking about, like, reasons with punishments and stuff, like... So it is this, and you need a reason about this, like if you do something wrong, like like all of that. Shut the fuck up. And so, I'm trying to think of, like, I said that, but, and I was thinking of her, like, of God, like like God like punishing me like before the afterlife just so I can go to the afterlife with probation. I said, but like, and she said that God doesn't like it when with people's behaviors like negative, like, and I said that, but Debbie, I can. If I'm okay with my behavior, then I'm okay with it. And if people upset me, then I should feel upset. I could do whatever I want. And then she said, no, you can't. I fucking hate that when she said that. She said, no, you can't. Like, with her normal attitude, like, no, you can't. Like, I fucking hate that. And then, she just, like, constantly says about me, you have to, like, it is fair, William, because if you don't, because if you done something wrong, then you should get in trouble for it, because, like, if you get upset about getting punished, then why should they not punish you if you did something wrong? And, if you did, like, crimes. And also, that people let them out of prison if there's no proof about them because they haven't done anything. Because they had not done anything. Like, I fucking hate it when she talked like that to me. And also, I'm trying to think. Alright, back. So, I just don't need, I just need to, try to hold it together, because it's still gonna be a long way to finish this. I mean to laugh, But, when she said, because they didn't do anything, like, triggers me, because when I got punished, like, so much at school, and it all takes is that you have to not do anything to be wrongly accused, like, to be free from wrongly convicted, or be released from prison, or not get in trouble from school. It's all because if you haven't done anything wrong. Can you, like, at least let somebody one time get away with something wrong? It's just not fair. Like, to me, it's just not fair. And also, I'm trying to think of, like, oh yeah, one thing I'm not gonna ever forget is that when I said to her that, that I pulled tickets because I was crying, like, you need to understand, I told her that she didn't understand the effect of, the punishment effect on that person. And it's just, instead of caring about my feelings, she has to go through the facts. That fucking... I want to say it, but I can't. I really want to. I really want to say the B word, but I can't. Because I'm not being genuine. I just can't say it because I can't. I have to not. So I said to her that, but Debbie, sometimes, like, punishments, like, are mean, like, when I said to her that, every time they told me, most of the times when they told me to pull tickets, I would cry, and then they said to me that one day they said to me that the next time I cry, Miss Fairclough, Miss Archer said the next time I cry, I will pull another ticket. That is so fucking mean. And then, when I said that to her, like, hold on, let me say it all over again. I said, but Debbie, sometimes punishments are mean. Most of the times when I pull tickets, I would cry. And then Miss Archer, Miss Fairclough, like, told me that if I cry again, then I would pull another ticket. And then I cried again, and then I pulled another, and that's why I pulled another ticket, even though that was the reason why I was crying. And then she looked at me like aside, like, with her lower down eyes, and she was like, well, then you should have listened. I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that. It just drives me insane. That is the last straw. I'm still gonna come after her with harassment. I'm gonna fucking harass her. I'm gonna flip her off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to church, and I'm gonna stick 2 middle fingers this close to her face. I'm gonna fucking do that. And then I'll not only tell her to go fuck herself, but tell everyone else, living or dead, including you guys, to go fuck yourselves. But not yet. if I get all the evidence done with Grayson. I still gotta ask questions about her with why they would say this. Anyway, get back to what I was talking about. So, it triggers me. Like, her saying that. This reminds me of when Mr. Klein, like, all the times when he feels bad for me over crying and committing suicide, all that, because of him yelling, all that. One time when I was just not paying attention, it's because I have ADHD, okay? I wasn't purposely doing that. So, Mr. Klein telling us to pay attention with her crossing his arms like, I fucking hate that. And so, when I told Mr. Klein why I got upset about that, and also I told him that I wasn't paying attention, and I told him I wasn't paying attention, and he said, well, then you should have paid attention. I fucking hate it when he said that. So, you feel bad for me all the time, and you understood, and now you say that I should have listened. Traitor! A fucking traitor. So he's gonna get what he deserves. Mr. Klein's gonna get what he deserves when I tell Debbie that her and everyone else can go fuck themselves. And I will laugh my ass off when I finally tell you guys that in a future video. And that way I'll finally have my revenge on everyone. Overthrow everyone, living or dead. I'll finally have revenge against society. Okay, I'm done, alright? Let me get back to the important things. Oh, yeah. And also, Pia told me that why did I pull tickets? Actually, no. That's another time. I can say that for another time. So that's when, like, every time, like, I kept disagreeing with the punishments, like, and then Debbie said, well, William, when you do something wrong, and you get in trouble for it, and it's just so you don't do it again. Like, William, there's a reason for you to get punished, just so you don't do it again. And, like, she constantly tell me all the steps of punishments, like, when we're walking out the lobby, out to the lobby, she was like, William, when you do something wrong, you get in trouble, you must get punished to pay for it. Just to be fair, or whatever, what she said. And then she said, and then you just move on. And then you just move on. Like, the way she said it. I fucking hate that. Even with a normal tone, she's like, and then you just move on. And with her, while she's walking, turning back at me, while she's going up to that desk at the register or whatever. Oh yeah, and this is not in order, but when we were still in the kitchen, she's constantly, like, denying me and all that. And, like, I was saying, stop being mean, and I think I said that, and she said I wasn't being mean. And then he said, stop being cocky. And she said, how am I cocky? The same thing what my father said to me, saying, how am I cocky? I fucking hate that. Like, so, these two, my father and Debbie, should have been together because they are superior. They are superior, and no matter what I say, they always have to say it back at me. Always. And so, I think we're done with this conversation. Is there any more? Oh yeah, 2 more things. What also annoys me is that when I said to Debbie that, we should end punishments and crimes once and for all, and then Debbie said, no, I don't think we should do that. And then she just said that because there's still people committing crimes. Whatever. Anyway, and also, when I said that, I'm thinking of going to a third afterlife, and she said, there is no third afterlife. I think she said that, I have no idea. But, she said, that, when I said to her I want to go to a third afterlife, because of, I'm not saying I want to be separated from heaven forever. I just thinking that there's access to other places in heaven. And like that's what I meant, but I didn't say those words to her, but I instead said that I want to go to the third afterlife. And then she said, "Okay, what can get you from here to okay, so here's heaven and here's hell. What can get you from Earth to this third afterlife? What can get you to here? What is something you do on Earth to get you to this afterlife?" And then I said, "Okay, here's something." And she said, "What?" She said, "Okay, what?" And I said, "Fantasies." And she said, "Okay." And then she, with her power over me, and okay, what is it? Okay. And then her constantly talking. This is not over. This is not the last part. So, that is it for this video, and take care.